Hi there, this is Master Theta Healer Karen Abrams, and welcome back to day 4. Day 4, you made it over the hump. We are almost there, and we are on day 4 trigger here. So before we start, like I say, if you haven't joined up yet, there is a link that says still haven't joined yet, and you can click on that. And if you know anyone who would benefit from this work and would really enjoy it, please share the Facebook group link, and all will be well in the castle. So let's get going and move into day 4, healing the trigger of your family denying responsibility for their behavior or their actions. This is a big one. It really touched people very deeply. I want to thank you all who came here and early and put their homework in here. All of it is in here right now. If you want to add anything on the comments, you can add on the side, which I'd love to see. I'll see how much I can get through with that. I'm going to start with the people who did their homework first. Let's reward those who do their homework first. So is it okay if I could come into your space right now? Here we go. I'm going to come in. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Yay. Here we go. Okay. So I'm not going to mention anybody's names. A lot of the stuff is very private, and so I will keep everybody's name out of it, just so you know. And I know in a session and any other session, it would just be between you and me anyways, right? So here we go. Would you like God's understanding on what you were meant to learn from being disbelieved by your family members? Okay, everybody say yes to that. There we go. Good. And being sneered at by your family members. Here we go. All right. Ooh, I just realized something. Oh, I probably didn't do it. Okay. It is what it is. Just something that happened inside my head just now. Okay. How about let you know what you were meant to learn from God's perspective about being put aside or set aside. There we go. By your family members, and being abandoned in your time of need by your family members. Let's see what you're meant to learn from that. I'm going to come back and have God do healings on these two. Okay, here we go. And being disrespected by your family members. Okay, here we go. Just watching that come in here. All right. Good job. Good job. Okay, and would you like to have God heal being disbelieved by your family members, however that's affected you? Okay. There's a lot of disappointment here around that, so let's have God heal all that disappointment you have in them. There we go. Woo, I can feel it like right in the heart. Wow, okay. All right. Awesome. And let's also have God then heal being sneered at by your family members. It could be a sister, it could be a brother, whoever it is. Just think of that person or those people. Sometimes it is just a group. Okay. Here we go. Being put aside, we said that. Abandoned in your time of need. We just did that. Here we go. Let's have God heal that, being abandoned in your time of need. Here we go. Perfect, I hear from Muriel, and Kim says, here, here. And being disrespected, and just have God heal all that and let go of all that disrespect that was heaped upon you or thrown upon you by your family members. Just let that go right now. Let it fly. And remember that everything that happens, you're going to get back. Everything that you let go of, sorry, I'll speak English. It might be a new thing for me, but I'm going to try. When you let go of negative emotions, what comes in to replace it is love and compassion from Creator's perspective. So, have at it, okay? Here we go. All right, so just watching that. Okay, and would you like God to heal feeling exiled by your family members? Okay. Just watch that happen. That's a big one. And we're going to do this all levels, all lifetimes. All of this is all levels, all lifetimes. So if it happened in a past life or it happened to your ancestors, it's all getting healed, okay? Let's have God heal the competition between you and your family members, even if you weren't the one who was participating in it and they were. Okay, good job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, and let's have God heal the jealousy that you took on from your family members. All right. Good job. Okay, good job. And let's have God just release the trauma you've experienced from being mistreated by your family members. Just as a group right now, if there's somebody in specifically that you'd like to do that for, think of them right now. Could be a micro or a macro healing here. There we go. Ooh, can feel that. And the shock, because trauma and shock go together. Okay. All right, good. Boom. Feeling that. Good job. All righty. Now, there's some beliefs here that I want to go over that we can change. Okay, I'm going to read them off, and then we're going to go from there and just have God change them, okay? I have to earn my existence. I have to be tolerated in order to be in the family. I'm too much work. I'm too much trouble. I'm an embarrassment to my family. Remember also, these are all being downloaded to you in all levels and all languages, so that this information isn't going to be hidden in any little nook or cranny in your subconscious if you really want to change it, okay? I am valuable to my family. No. I am valuable. No. I am important. No. I am vital. No. I'm a threat to my sisters. I'm a threat to my brothers. I'm a threat to my family. I'm a threat to my mother. I'm a threat to my father. My family, I'm a threat to my grandmother. I'm a threat to my grandfather. I'm a threat to my cousin. Those are what are coming up right now. I'm a threat to my stepmother, and I'm a threat to my stepfather and my step siblings. My family is unable to handle me, and my family has exiled me. Is it okay if God changes all of those beliefs now? Just say yes inside your head or out loud. Here we go. I'm just going to close my eyes and watch that happen. Okay. Good job. All righty. Okay. Here was a request. I wish my stepdaughter would admit to making up stories about her late mother. So helping somebody, let's give you God's understanding on wishing that your family member would tell the truth. Here we go. And abandon telling stories. There we go. Teach you what you were meant to learn from that and have God heal that for you and heal that frustration and that anger that comes with watching people create their own stories. Okay, there we go. And that would include, I wish my stepdaughter would admit making up stories about her dad and me. Okay, so if anybody has anything like that. So being lied about. So let's have God give you God's understanding on being lied about. And let you know what you were meant to learn about that. And pull all the hooks, cords, and attachments to that happening to you so you can let that go now. And let that be healed. And let there be a healing between you and your family member with whom this is occurring. So just think about that, okay? Okay. I wish my mother had acknowledged her mental illness and had gotten help. So let's have God let you know the truth on that and why that was impossible for her then. There we go. I'm not sure she really knew that she was that different from everybody else. I wish my father had admitted my mother's mental illness and saw that she got help. Okay. There's a lot of anger there, for both of those things. Mental illness is really tough in a family. It's really hard. And there's like a hardship and a difficulty that nobody else knows about that we can only imagine. So is it okay if we heal that for those of you who have relatives and people you love or parents that you love or loved. Just heal that sadness you have and that feeling of being out of control with respect to their behavior and being angry about their behavior. There we go. And the anger that you may have about another family member who wasn't able to, for their own limitations, get help for that person. Let's give you God's understanding on that, and then just let that anger, you can let that anger go if that's what you'd like right now. There we go. Good job. Good job. I wish my father admitted that he abandoned my sister and me when he left my mom. So let's have God, once again, let's give you God's understanding of, it's kind of like people owning their behavior and your family members owning your behavior, especially as a parent. You feel like there is an expectation, we have an expectation they're going to tell us the truth and that they're going to be the guides here. So let's give you God's understanding on that. And there we go. Okay, good job. Woo! And the burden of having a mentally ill member of your family, let's release, or more, let's have God release that from every cell of your body. And allow even though your family member was unable, in this case your father was unable to admit and own that he bailed on you and your sister, that God can show you, that pull all the hooks, cords, and attachments to holding on to this and holding on to it until he admits it. And let's pull all the hooks, cords, and attachments. And for some of them, and I know in this case, the father's passed away, but sometimes a family member just refuses for their entire lifetime to do that. And so let's just give you God's understanding on that kind of thing happening, where somebody's protecting their own ego and their own sense of self. And that would mean they'd have to admit something about themselves that they didn't find appealing. So let's have God pull all the hooks, cords, and attachments to waiting to heal until they admit the truth, okay? There we go. That's a big deal. Okay. Okay, and now this next one here, it's okay if you get mad and yell at me, but if I get mad and yell at you, I'm wrong and you act like the victim. Okay, so other people's behavior, how do I put that? It's okay if you act a certain way, but if I do, then I'm wrong. And so that person gets to escape owning their own behavior, and it's also dealing with someone who keeps changing the rules, and it might be a group of people, and that's really frustrating, angering. And so let's have God heal that and teach you what you were meant to learn from living with people or being related to people who change the rules to benefit themselves. Okay, there we go. Not fun. Okay, but should be getting better. And the burden of that, let's have God let that go. Here we go. From every cell of your body, let that go. Okie dokie. Good job. I wish my family and I would realize that when we're being critical and how it hurts others. So let's give you guys understanding and insight as to when you start becoming critical and when you notice others becoming critical, and also allow them just the space to act how they want without it affecting you. So let's show you how to and what it feels like to live without absorbing other people's criticisms of you, and that it's safe and possible to do so, and pull all the hooks, cords, and attachments to allowing that to happen, sending those to God's light. There it goes. Yay. Okay. That's good. All right. Okie dokie dokie dokie. I wish we would realize that when we are in our egos needing to be right and make others wrong. So that's always a big deal too. Okay, so being unable to admit when you're wrong and having to be right. Let's have God give you and everyone here what you were meant to learn from that, from Creator's perspective. Okay. Alrighty. And let you know how to live without that and what that feels like, and it's safe and it's okay to do so now. Impossible. All right. And now adopting, negative habits that other people have. And so there's one here that says, you always waited to the last minute to do everything, and now I do the same thing and it's overwhelming. So let's have God teach you whatever you're meant to learn about observing that habit. And there's also a belief here that if I take on their habits, I'll understand them better. Whoever it is, it could be your mother, it could be any family member. So let's have God change that. Good. And then let's just talk about grief for a moment, because I know it's really difficult when we get into the holidays because we miss our people who've died. I know definitely I do, and I miss my mother very much. There we go, and my stepmother. There we go. And that's when you think about them. So it's just giving yourself the space to heal that grief. And understand these are just opportunities. These triggers are just opportunities for us to heal this. It just comes up, this pain comes up to come out. So if you feel it, like I feel like an ache in my heart. And so if you feel an ache anywhere in my throat, just remember to bring your hands together and open that up, just to let that stuff come out. Just energy trying to come out of a smaller space. So let's open up that space. There it goes. And let you know that, and allow yourself to receive their love and appreciation for who you were in their lives and who you are in their lives. From what I understand about spirits, once we cross over, that they actually feel a lot closer to us because they can come into our daily lives if they wish. They also have their own adventure and they have their own lives in the afterlife. But they feel very, very connected to us. And sometimes it's just us who feel disconnected from them. So it's important to bring in that love and feel it again, because they love that too. And they love that feeling too, to know that they're being recognized and acknowledged also. Awesome. And let's have God heal, okay, here we go. Let's heal the jealousy and the dislike that other people may have for you, and misinterpret a loving family as being spoiled, coming from a loving family as being spoiled. So it's kind of like dealing with the misjudgments of others because they're in their own story about how they were slighted in some sort of way. So let's have that, and all that jealousy that they heaped upon you, let's have God let that go for you. Teach you what you're meant to learn from that. Allow them to have their own experience without your taking it on. And know that you can be a family member, a tribe member, without taking on their negative baggage and energy in order to heal them. And all those vows and oaths and contracts and agreements that you have to heal your family, to save your family, to take on their energy, emotion, and experience in order to heal them and save them. Let's have God complete and finish those now. Good job. And anytime that there's been public humiliation, trying to put somebody down in front of others so that they can feel better, let's have God release the pain that you felt from that and the anger you felt from that. It's really a lot of grief though. So let's have God release that and heal that. And this thing of like, what's wrong with me that they're treating me this way? So let's have God let you know there's nothing wrong with you. They're triggered by your loving experience. And that's what's going on. There we go. Let's release all those insults and criticisms that were heaped upon you that you believed for some reason that it was important for you to take that on, or just because you're a really sensitive person. All right, there we go. Good job. Yay. And now that is fantastic. I'm going to see if there's anything else here. Implied blame that I did not do enough to prevent a family member's suicide. Okay, so taking responsibility for somebody else's suicide and allowing others to blame you for it. Let's have God tell you what you were meant to learn from them. And understand that suicide is somebody's own journey, and they don't realize when it's going on what kind of pain it's going to do for everybody else. And it's very difficult for other people to handle that kind of grief that comes from that. But it's also important for you to let yourself off the hook, because if they succeeded in committing suicide, this was their own doing. And there was nothing you were going to be able to do to stop it. And when somebody dies, it's sort of like this, I always think of it kind of like a weird play that's going on, and everybody is where they're supposed to be. Either they couldn't get there on time, or they got there on time and got to say goodbye, or they didn't get to say goodbye. In the terms of a suicide, you may have had to leave the house, or you weren't around, or you just got in a fight with this person. Whatever it is, it plays out the way it's meant to play out. And you just have to, let's have God let you understand it's okay to accept that. And that it means nothing about yourself. It just means that they were determined to leave, and that they decided that they wanted to do this work. They thought they were getting away with it, but they're not. They do the same work that they would have done here to prevent themselves from killing themselves. They'll do that work on the other side. And that's important for you to know. Awesome. Okay, so let's give everybody a body healing right now. I got a beautiful thing from Anna. This is roaming and moving throughout my body. My feet are sizzling and with cooling and comforting feelings. Awesome. Thank you. All right. And let's have God let you know who you are from God's perspective with all of these changes. Know that that you're still going to be processing all of this through your sleep waves. Also, I would love to go to the Facebook group and share your stories. Share what's happening with you this week, how it's affected you, and because I want to see what's going on with you on the inside. So please start sharing that today. And also, like I said, if there's anybody you know who you think would benefit from this, let's give them the Facebook link, the Facebook group link, and they can get that. And also know that this video is going to be up in a few minutes, and the other old one will be down, and it will be up for the next 24 hours. And I'm trying to think. And then tomorrow's a big special day. If you can come, a lot of things to be questions and answers, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait to see you there. And take care until then. Bye-bye. Bye.